So the team that I'm going to be using in this battle was made by WDFA Matt, and I will put his link in the description because this is an absolutely outstanding team. It just deals with threats really well and also deals out damage at the same time, so it's a very good team. And let's get into this battle. So I'm going to lead off with my Virizion, predicting his initial Swampert lead. But he actually leads off with his Dragonite, which gives me the suspicion that he's choice banded. So I'm gonna go out with my Heatran on the predicted Outrage, and Heatran is the only thing that wants to take an Outrage on this team apart from Jirachi. So Heatran isn't gonna take that Outrage really well, despite the fact that this Heatran does have max HP. So that confirms my suspicion of this Dragonite being choice banded. So the reason I decided to go for the Roar is because in case he got a 3-turn Outrage, I wanted to at least try to set up my rocks. So I roar him out into a Swampert, which is absolutely perfect because I am going to be able to outspeed it and set up my rocks. So just gonna go for the Earth Power here just to get some damage off on it before I die, as he just goes for the Earthquake just to finish me off. So everything's good at this moment. You know, he did get the early 6-5 lead, but I am completely fine with that. So I'm going to go out in my Virizion just to scare him out with the Leaf Blade. And I'm going to go for the close combat, predicting his Heatran to come in. And Heatran was the only suspect for Scarf on his team. So I really wanted to catch that early on in the game because that would have been a big threat out of the way. But he goes out into his Gengar and he sets up a sub, and I go for the Stone Edge, predicting him to set up a sub. But I am really lucky that that Stone Edge didn't miss. So I'm gonna go out into my Rotom here, which is Scarfed, and he's gonna go for the Shadow Ball. And I expected to take this Shadow Ball a lot better than I did. I take it absolutely horribly, and he's gonna switch out here, and I predicted him to do that, and I go for the trick, hoping to catch the Swampert, and in comes the Swampert, which is perfect because now it is basically crippled, and I get some damage off on it for free. So because of this leftovers that I took from the Swampert here, I will be able to live a Rocks switch in next turn. So I'm just gonna go for the Hydro Pump, wanting to get some damage off on the Swampert, but he actually locked himself into Roar. So that's perfectly fine by me. He's gonna roar me out into my Gliscor here, and I'm gonna go for the Earthquake, just trying to finish him off, but it doesn't kill, and he just roars me out. So he's gonna roar me out into my Jirachi, which is again fine because I can just finish him off with one of 3 moves: Fire Punch, Iron Head, or Body Slam. So yeah, so I just decided to go for the Fire Punch just in case he went out into a Scizor, and tried to use my Jirachi as setup fodder. But he's just gonna go out into a Heatran, and the reason he just sent it in like that just makes me like confirm my suspicion of him being Scarfed. So I decided to go out in my Rotom just to see what he's gonna lock himself into. He's gonna lock himself into Dragon Pulse, which is completely fine by me. So I'm gonna go out in my Jirachi, knowing I can take Dragon Pulses really well. So he's gonna go out into his Gengar just to fodder it out. And I'm going to go for the Iron Head, and I am going to get a crit. Not really sure how much that mattered, but really what was the Gengar going to do to me anyway, so basically that crit didn't really matter in the long run too much. So he's going to switch his Heatran back in, and I'm going to stay in predicting him to overpredict, but the opponent makes the very good play and just goes straight for the overheat. And that is going to KO me because even though I am special defensive, you know, it is a super effective overheat coming from a Heatran. So yeah, that's a dead Jirachi, and I'm going to go out in my Latias here, knowing that he's locked into overheat, knowing that he can't touch me. So he's going to go out into his Dragonite here. I'm not really sure why Scizor would have been a better switch in, but whatever. So I'm going to predict a switch and set up a substitute, and this gives me a perfect opportunity to start setting up some Calm Minds, which is exactly what I do. And he is actually just going to lock himself into Outrage, which was actually kind of a poor choice of move because I can just keep setting up a sub, which I am going to proceed to do after this lefty's turn. So because he's locked into it, I'm just going to go for another sub because I don't want to get smacked with an Outrage because that will obviously KO. So he's going to break my sub, of course, and this Latias does have a bold nature, and I think it has like max defense and a little bit of speed and HP investment, and it's a very nice set. I really like it. I'll link it in the description. So I'm just gonna go for the Dragon Pulse, just trying to kill off that Dragonite, and luckily for me it does, because this Latios doesn't have any special attack investment. So in comes Heatran. He's gonna go for the Dragon Pulse, and Dragon Pulse does just pitiful damage, and I'm just gonna be able to recover off all that damage. So yeah, I'm looking. I am in a good position right now. So he's gonna decide to switch because he knows his Dragon Pulses are doing nothing. So he's gonna go out into his Scizor, and I am just gonna set up a Calm Mind predicting his switch. And I am sitting at +2 special attack and +2 special defense, and everything is looking very good because I'm pretty sure at +3 special attack I can 2-hit KO this Scizor. So he goes for the Bullet Punch. I knew I could take it easily because max defense and a bold nature. So yeah, so I'm just gonna set up a sub, and I proceed to set up my third Calm Mind. So that puts me at +3 special attack and +3 special defense. So he decides to set up a Swords Dance, predicting my Calm Mind, which was a nice play on his part. So after this lefty's turn, he is just gonna go for the Bullet Punch, and I am actually gonna go for the Dragon Pulse, and I'm gonna get a crit on it. And this crit did not matter in the long run whatsoever, because I did a damage calculation, and it said that it would have been a 2-hit KO anyway. So that means it didn't matter at all. So yeah, so he's just gonna go for the Bullet Punch. I was pretty sure I could take one and live it with low red, and I do, and I'm just gonna be able to finish off the Scizor to Dragon Pulse. So yeah, that's a dead Scizor. And yeah, after this lefty's turn, he's gonna go out into his Heatran, and I know that he's gonna lock himself in a Dragon Pulse, but I wanted to see if I could live a Dragon Pulse from this range because I was at +3, but I won't be able to live it because I was at such low HP. So gonna go out into my Virizion here, knowing that he's locked into a Dragon Pulse, and Virizion has very good natural bulk, so it can take a Dragon Pulse very easily. So he's gonna go out into his Hitmontop, and it's called Fake Out, which makes me think that he is a Technotop. So I predict to switch out into his Hitmontop, and I pull a double switch out of my Gliscor, and he's just gonna go for the Fake Out, confirming the Technotop because of the Life Orb recoil. So because this is a Technotop, I know I will be able to stall this out with Toxic and also set up a sub. So I proceed to set up a sub predicting his Sucker Punch, because standard Technotop sets are Fake Out, Mach Punch, Sucker Punch, and Close Combat. So I know I can wall this Hitmontop for quite well. I mean, sorry about that. So he's gonna go for the Mach Punch. I know I can take it because it's resisted, and what's this thing called? Gliscor can take physical hits very well. So yeah, so I'm just stalling this Hitmontop out here. I'm just gonna go for the Protect to rack up that toxic damage as he actually reveals the Rapid Spin. So that's kind of weird, but he's gonna go for the Sucker Punch. I'm just gonna go for this substitute on the off chance that he went for the Mach Punch, but yeah. So now all I have to do is protect here, and basically the game is mine because I am sitting here behind his sub. He has his Heatran. He's gonna have to hit me twice to break my sub and kill me. So in that little time, I will be able to hit him with an Earthquake and kill him off. So that will actually wrap up the match. And this was a very good match against ShinyZangoose. Make sure you check him out. I'll put his link in the description, and I'll put WDFA Matt's link in the description. And yeah, peace out, guys. And one thing before I go is that I've realized the massive decrease in likes I've been getting on my videos, so I'm not really too happy about that. So can we please try and get some likes on this video? And that's pretty much it. So bye, guys.